Hello everybody! So today we are going to be doing a tutorial on the look that I'm wearing right now, and I'm so excited to do this tutorial because since the day I wore this look I so wanted to share it with you guys. It's so blue, it's so aqua, it's just like mermaid, and I seriously wanted to share it with you. So let's get started. I've already cleansed my face. I have moisturized it really well since I'm dry, so I've already moisturized it and I'm already done with my brows. So we'll start up with the tutorial now.
So the first and the foremost important thing when you start your makeup is to prime your skin, and this is what I'm doing right now. Since I'm dry, I am using a primer by MAC, which is Prep+Prime Natural Radiance Based Lumiere, and I'm using it in the color Radiant Yellow, which actually illuminates my skin and works as a perfect primer. The next step is to use a color corrector for dark circles. Since I have dark circles under my eyes, so the color corrector that I'm using right now is by Bobbi Brown, and it is in the shade Dark Peach. I will just pat it under my eyes wonderfully so that all the blue black dark circles under my eyes goes off using this. And I'm using a silicone based brush to apply the product. Once you apply it, use a beauty blender to blend the color corrector perfectly. You can also use your finger or whatever you feel like, but what I'm doing right now is to use a beauty blender. Now I'm going to apply my foundation, which is by Bobbi Brown. It is a Luminous Moisturizing Foundation, and I'm using the shade 3.5, which is almost my exact shade, and I don't want to go too fair with my complexion. So I'm going to start up. I'll dip my beauty blender in my foundation and I'll start patting it on my face. I'll cover my face, my ear and my neck. Make sure I'm not leaving any of the areas, and I'll keep beating my face till my foundation gets blended really well. Next, I'm going to use the concealer, which is also by MAC. It's a Longwear concealer, and the shade that I'm using right now is NC42. Another trick that I would like to share with you all is I always damp my beauty blender with a Fix Plus spray from MAC. It's a great product. It actually makes your product last longer, so I always damp my beauty blender with Fix Plus, and then I dip my beauty blender in my concealer and apply it under my eyes. I make sure that I'm going from inside to outside and outside to inside, and all those areas where I need to conceal really well. It can be around my lips, it can be around my nose, or probably any imperfection on my skin. Now it's time to highlight my skin. There are a lot of highlighters available in the market. The one that I'm using right now is by Cinema Secrets, and the color that I'm using right now is 602 to 65. And I'm just applying it on the high points of my face, on my forehead, my nose, my cheeks, my cupid and my chin. And again, I'm going to blend it really well with my beauty blender. Pat, 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 pat. Keep patting your face unless it gets blended really well. Now finally, I am going to set my under eyes and my foundation with one of my favorite powders, which is by Chanel, and it is a Vitalumiere powder, and it is in the shade number 20. And now comes the best part, which is to bronze my face. I am not going to do a very harsh contouring all over my face. Instead, I'm just going to bronze my face all over. Just my cheekbones, my forehead, my temples. The brush that I'm going to use for bronzing my face is a Tapered brush by Sigma. Now for my nose contouring, I am using an angular brush, which is very soft, and it helps me make straight lines on my nose. We are going to start off with our eye part now. And I'm going to prime my eyes now with a Bobbi Brown primer in the shade medium. An additional thing that I always want or probably like to do on top of my primer is to dust it with my face powder, because I think then it acts as a wonderful medium to blend your eyeshadows really well. Now I'm going to apply a huge amount of translucent powder under my eyes, so that if there is any fallout of the pigments that I'm going to use on my eyes, then I do not face a lot of problem. The loose powder that I've used right now is by MAC Prep+Prime Transparent Finishing Powder. The first color that I'm going to use on my eyes is this light brown color here in my palette, which is by MAC, and the color name is Texture. And I am going to use this brush E45 from Sigma to apply this color. I'm going to apply this color in the crease line, which is known as the transition color. And I'm going to start applying it from outer corners, going towards the inner corners in circular motions. The next color that I'm using is also from MAC, and it's called Steamy. It's a beautiful blue color, bluish green color, and I'm just going to apply it starting from the outer corners to going towards the inner corner of your eyes. I'm going to apply this color also in the crease line. Now I'll apply the main shadow all over my eyelid, and the color that I'm using is from Inglot, and it's in shade 7-1. The brush I'm going to use for the application of this pigment is also from Sigma, which is F70. What I'm going to do is I'm going to dip my brush in Prep+Prime from MAC, and then I'm going to dip it into my pigment and apply it on my eyes. This will help my pigment to stick to my lid really well, and I'm going to have the minimum amount of fallout. It's a great trick. Just keep patting your eyeshadow starting from the center of your lid, going towards the inner corner and then to the outer corner. Make sure you do not exceed your crease line. Now after applying this color, I feel that I need to add a little more depth to my outer corners. So what I do is I'm going to take this color from MAC, and it is in the shade Sketch. And I'm going to use the same brush from Sigma and apply it in the outer corner of my eyes. And now I'm going to take another brush from Sigma, which is E40, and it's a round fluff brush. Make sure that your brush is quite neat, and I'm just going to blend it really well. And now we come to the lower part of our eye. I'm going to use this stick from Color Bar, which is an all-day waterproof eyeshadow stick in the color Moss 004. It is such a beautiful blue color, and the colors are so pigmented. Color Bar has come out with great colors in this, and I love each one of them. And the one that I'm using right now is Moss. I think you all must use this product, and I'm sure you all will love it. Just apply it on your lower lash line, keeping it quite intact. Just to make my color pop a little more, I am using a small tapered soft brush. It is E65 from Sigma, and I'm going to spray it with my Prep+Prime. Dip it into your pigment and apply it on top of your colored stick. I am going to take this color Nylon from MAC. It is one of my best highlighters, and I'm going to apply it with a soft pencil brush again in the inner corner of my eyes. Wow, look how beautiful it looks. And now I have taken a big fan brush, and I'm going to dust off all the translucent powder that I applied under my eyes. And yes, for the inner socket, I'm going to do my waterline with this sterling silver pencil from Color Bar in the shade 019. And now my best mascara, which is by Maybelline. It's a colossal waterproof mascara, and I'm going to apply it on my lashes. Make sure you wiggle and apply mascara. Oops, what did I do? I'm just going to let it dry and take my bud and take off the mascara. I start it up again and I'm going to apply my mascara. And now we come to lashes. My favorite lashes at present are Ardell lashes, and the ones that I'm using right now is 106. My favorite glue again is Duo, and I'm going to apply lashes with this glue. Just scoop out a little product on your hand, apply it on the lash line of the artificial lashes that you're applying. Another tip that I would like to share with you all is to let the eyelash glue dry for about 30 seconds before putting it on your eyes. I'm holding my lashes with a plucker, and I'm going to apply my lash first in the center, then in the outer corner, and last in the inner corner. And make sure that they stay quite close and intact with your lash line. It is blush time, and I'm going to apply my blush with Sigma F15 brush in the shade Pink Swoon by MAC. And since I want my blush to be more on the apple of my cheeks, so I'm going to start applying blush from the apples going towards the outer corners. And now comes the best part, which is my highlighting part. The highlighter that I'm using right now is by MAC, and it is in the shade Soft and Gentle. What I did is I just sprayed Fix Plus all over my face, and when the Fix Plus is partially dried, I am going to apply highlighter on the cheekbone area. And the brush that I'm using right now is F35 from Sigma, and look how beautiful it looks. Now on the other side, little on my forehead at the highest point of my brows, and then on my nose, my cupid, and my chin. I am going to outline my lips with a lip pencil from MAC in the shade Pink Treat. I am going to fill it with a lipstick from L'Oreal in the shade Cherry Crush. And all those who know me well actually know that I have a habit of blending 2 to 3 colors on my lips. So the next color that I'm using on top of this is from MAC in the shade Please Me, just to make the perfect color that I want. And we are almost done with the look.